everyone, welcome back to the Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with another match preview for Newcastle United's game against Aston Villa. Early morning kickoffs this Saturday coming up in the Premier League. Should be a fantastic game. We're getting stuck right into this in a minute. Look at the lineup, how we think the guys are going to line up, and a little bit about the game and where we think it may be won or drawn or possibly even lost. Hopefully not that one. But we'll get stuck into this right in a second. Just before we do, a little reminder, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. We'd love you to come and join us. We're now over 2,800 subscribers, so we're closing in that 3,000 mark. Smash that button, you won't regret it. Loads of NUFC content, stats and chats, pop-up videos just like the one you're going to watch, and 2 live shows Mondays and Wednesdays every week. So let's get stuck in then. Well, this is a great game, I think, for the neutral as well. Yeah, you got 3rd position versus 6th position. Both teams are in brilliant form, and probably 2 of the best in-form leagues in the Premier League, teams in the Premier League right now. So I think for the neutral, it's going to be a really good watch. For us, it's going to be quite a difficult game, I think. How do I think we're going to line up? This is how I think the lads are going to line up. Probably unsurprising to most of you, this is probably the team that you would pick. Obviously, injury news for us. Maxi is apparently out for 6 weeks with a bad hamstring injury, but it's very confusing because he's running on his Instagram. So I don't know how bad his hamstring injury is. He's obviously a very explosive player. So just because he's jogging doesn't mean he can play in a match, because he's a very explosive player. He has that burst of speed, so maybe he can't take the hamstring to the maximum. No pun intended. But yeah, he won't be in line for this game. Apparently, Mickey Almiron is back and should be on the bench, which is a big boost for us. Obviously, Mickey's been in great form this season. He's our top goal scorer. But in terms of how the lads are going to line up, that steady back 5 picks itself. The midfield 3, I think Joe Litton will sit in the midfield alongside Bruno and Sean Longstaff. I think Joe Willock will slip to that left-hand side of a front 3, with Murphy keeping his place on the right-hand side and Alexander Isak through the middle, despite Callum Wilson's brilliant cameo coming on and setting up a goal. I think he'll be used again as an impact substitute. So, going up against Aston Villa, got to be said, Unai Emery, who nearly became the Newcastle manager, done a brilliant job at Aston Villa. I think he's really steadied them out. He's got them playing decent football, effective football. He's getting the best out of the players that are there. I think Ollie Watkins is in great form at the moment. Very dangerous player. I think he'll certainly pose a threat to that back 4 that we've got. They are missing a couple of players, just looking at their injury record here. So Kamara is missing from midfield, their kind of defensive midfield linchpin. So that's a big blow for them, and maybe give Bruno and Joe Litton a little bit more room in that midfield to roam around and to operate. Matty Cash is also unavailable, which is good for our wingers, because Matty Cash is a very, very good fullback. So Ashley Young will deputise at right back, even though he's about 49 years old. Still a decent player, to be fair, but his legs are long gone now. Yeah, but Ollie Watkins is going to be looking for his 10th goal in 12 league appearances. That shows you the red hot form that Ollie Watkins is in at the minute. So how do I think this game is going to go? We talked about this in the podcast on the lead up to where we think we're going to finish top 4 wise. I still think we will finish top 4. I think we're probably the most informed side in and amongst that picture to do it. This was always going to be a tricky fixture. I think this and the Brentford fixture always shout out at me is really tough games. I'll show you the head-to-heads in a minute and probably back up why I'm saying that. But I think with the form that Villa's in and the form that we're in, I think it's probably going to be a draw, in my opinion. I'm going to go for a score draw, probably 1-1. It'd be great to come out of Villa Park with a draw and then head back to St James's Park, where we're taking on Spurs on the 23rd, which is a massive clash in the race to the top 4. So this is not going to be an easy game by any stretch of the imagination. I think Villa have got great confidence. That they've got some good form at home as well in front of their fans. So there's a weird little rivalry between the 2 clubs. I've never really subscribed to it. It all kind of comes from that horrible day Villa Park were relegated and the sob on the tie and all that bollocks. So a lot of Villa fans have a real disdain for us, and a lot of our fans have real disdain for Villa fans. I'm fairly impartial. I've got good mates who are Villa fans, so I don't really buy into all that noise. But yeah, I think it will be a good game nonetheless. So here's the head-to-heads. So you can see there the form guy going in. We're flying. We've won 5 out of 5. Villa have won 4 out of 5 and drew 1. So great form for both sides, as Mark's putting the details there. We're 3rd and 4th in the form table in the last 6 games. But out of the 51 league games in the Premier League era, we have 24 wins. Aston Villa have 11 and 16 draws. We've got 71 goals. Villa's got 47. But really interesting statistic on this, that the last win Newcastle had at Villa Park was back in September 2013, the 2-1 win when Ben Arfa and Gouffron were in the side. So that shows how long ago it was. We haven't actually won in 6 games at Villa Park in the Premier League and in the Championship, where obviously both teams have occupied over the last few years. So that's a huge statistic, that. So it's not going to be a wham bam thank you ma'am in this game whatsoever. It'll be a really tough fought game, but the lads really showed some great determination against Brentford. Were battered in the first half, then managed to come out and win 2-1. So this could easily go down as a W for Newcastle United, but I think it's going to be a draw. I'm going to go 1-1. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. But one thing's for sure, it will not be an easy early morning kick-off on Saturday for Newcastle United. But if we can get through this game, get at least a point, if not 3, we're flying in this position for the top 4 in the running in the last few games of the Premier League. So this is Chris signing off. Let's keep supporting that team. We're Core United. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already, and do us a favour and like the video. It really helps get it on YouTube, helps the channel grow. Who are the lads for Saturday? Let's hope for another cracking result in our race for the top 4. We can hear that Champions League music playing again in Maria's very soon. Catch you later, everybody. Cheers. Bye.